Hi, I'm Margie Holmes, psychologist, author, and educator. We'd originally intended just one episode on unfriending, but we quickly realized it wouldn't be doing the topic justice if we did. So now here is part 2 on being on the opposite side of the fence, and that is being unfriended. I asked, how many of you have ever been unfriended? And if you had, what you thought were the reasons? And here are some of your answers. Catherine Tuliao, my ex unfriended me during our relationship pa because he didn't want me to see his panlalandi to every woman he befriended. I blocked him because he didn't show me as his girlfriend. Pag nagpo-post siya or comment, he uses my name rather than calling me girlfriend. Bastusan, I agree with you 100%, Catherine. Novi Yvonne, meron din nag-unfriend sa akin and I'm sure din niya ako gusto. I don't remember na may ginawa akong masama sa kanya. It all started, di lang niya nagustuhan, nakatabi kami ng jowa niya sa upuan. Feeling niya, aagawan siya. Ren Ina La Victoria, I have been unfriended by my cousins. I think they did not like what I said about some of our family's property. Mali pala ang magkaroon ng sariling opinyon. First, it really hurt, pero nung nakapag-isip-isip ako, okay lang naman pala. Jason Cafirma Quiones, one unfriended me because I corrected her grammar. Giovanni Hugo, I've been unfriended by someone who made a lot of negative comments about me on their wall and realized at the end that I never made the connection. So they deleted me from their list, afraid of my getting back at them. Jeff G. Lopez, I was unfriended many times by my female friends, but later on I found out that their boyfriends unfriended me due to insecurity. Edmundo Abad, yes, I've been unfriended. We just don't see eye to eye with respect to the Marcoses. Pinoy Quaker, a lady FB user unfriended me because she was rabidly anti-RH and rabidly Roman Catholic. I myself have unfriended someone also because of angry words being used. Now, the following statements above show that the reasons you give yourself for being unfriended helps a lot in dealing with the situation. At least you can pinpoint the reason. I corrected her grammar, she was too sensitive. I strongly believe that Marcos was and the person disagrees. Pero at least, you know, it's not personal. And in fact, when you get unfriended, there are some ways you can change this into a benefit. For example, Irish Jacobe, I've been unfriended and I've unfriended a number of people too. Why? Number 1, just full of negative vibes and drama. Number 2, I realized that they were not a true friend after all. Number 3, I just don't want them in my friend list, in my wall, and in my life. You wouldn't really know you've been unfriended until you try to visit their wall or timeline. I have been unfriended by a few people, most of which I'm not really that close to, so it didn't matter. But there was one who unfriended me because I kind of broke her heart. It made me sad because I really wanted her as a friend. Until now, we still haven't patched things up. I'm sorry. Pitay Reyes Vitan. Smile if people unfriend you. It means you won't have to unfriend them. Ay, Pitay, I take my hat off to you. Saludo talaga ako sa iyo because that is a very positive and healthy take on being unfriended. Especially because it's true. Now, Squiggle says, unfriended me in Facebook? Many times they did because they were only my friends while I was playing online games, which requires you to be friends first before you can be neighbors. After I stopped, I expected them to unfriend me since we don't share the same interest anymore. Joanna Puno, na-unfriend na ako ng clinical instructor ko. Nakita niya kasi na may 2 kaming previous patients sa rehab na nasa friend list ko. Yung tito ko, in-unfriend din ako siguro dahil marami akong na-share at nag-a-appear sa notifications niya. But it's okay, choice nila yon. Humps Kabakit gives a different point of view. Pwede rin pong in-unfriend kayo dahil insecure siya sa iyo. Tama ka, Humps. Brian Barcelo, I have been unfriended as well by people I know but didn't really talk much with, so it was not an issue. Sometimes the reason though was a falling out of friendship. Brian continues, you may have noticed that I take these things quite lightly. The reason for this is there are times when some things just aren't worth it anymore and there is a need to let go of them. Maureen G. Lara, while unfriending may not have much impact to people from other countries, I think for us Filipinos, it is a big deal. The way I see it, a lot of Filipinos consider their FB account as an extension of themselves. Hence, unfriending them in FB is like unfriending them in real life. That's the reason why I, unless there are dire circumstances, choose to just unsubscribe to their post or restrict them. In other words, the self finds a way to protect itself. All the people above who have shared their insights, you can see that this is what they have done. One of the ways the self protects itself from all this is by rationalizing why one was unfriended. And as long as you are not lying to yourself, this is a very healthy thing to do indeed. Some people have a very unhealthy or bad take on rationalizing, but it isn't. Let me just tell you as a psychologist, okay? So, it is good that you can take a healthy view of yourself and what you do, which is, of course, one of the reasons we have Ask Margie, to speak about things that really happen, even occasionally painful things, and yet find a way to understand these so we are in control of them rather than they of us. I think what it shows from all the examples above is that you are in charge. You knew you would probably be unfriended by people who believe strongly and differently from you, but you did not convolute yourself just to please others. Instead, you went ahead and posted what you truly felt and believed in. In other words, nagpakatotoo ka. Bravo! Really, bravo, bravo, bravo. Well, that's it for today. What would you like us to talk about the following weeks? Please send me your questions, comments, and suggestions on Facebook, tweet using the hashtag AskMargie, or send an email to askmargie@rappler.com. See you next week!